This is the walkthrough video for the Introduction to Georeferencing Practical. So once you've downloaded the data and opened the MXD file, you'll see that there are just two layers to this practical. The SSI area, which is this one here, and the compartment map, which doesn't seem to be anywhere around. So to find the other layer, which is the one that we want to line up with this one, you can right click on the layer in the table of contents and go zoom to layer. This will bring us to wherever it is in GIS. And then we can see the outline here takes the shape of part of the SSI area map that we saw before. So to line this map up with our other one, we're going to need to open the georeferencing toolbar, which is under Customize, Toolbars, Georeferencing, and that brings it up here. And you see that the compartment map populates this field here. So if we zoom back to the SSI area, then we can roughly line up our view with the compartment map, and then click on the drop down list and click Fit to Display. It'll drop it roughly in the center of our screen. So now we need to use control points to line up the map exactly. So click Add Control Points and then find corners, buildings or other features that you can see that line up exactly in both of the layers. So we're looking for crossroads, corners along the boundary of the area, that kind of thing. So we'll start with this most obvious one here. So the corner of that boundary, switch to the other layer. I'll have to zoom out to find the same place. There's a corner right there. You'll see that there are two numbers. There's a red one and a green one, with the red one laying over the top. So if we zoom back out to find some more control points, switch back to the compartment map. So they need to be as spread out as possible, so we'll look for somewhere that's quite far away. Go to the crossroads up here first. Place our control point in the corner just there. Switch back to the SSI layer, find the corresponding corner, and then zoom back out. And already you can see that the image is starting to line up. So for the next thing, we'll go over to the left side of the image. And we'll put a control point just over here. So actually right there. And you can double check that you've got them in the right place as well. So if we look next to the bottom left corner, this area here will do nicely. So now you can see that the two control points don't sit one on top of the other. This is because there's increasing error as the compartment map is being stretched. So while it's good to have a high number of control points, if you have too many, it'll stretch the original layer out of its shape. So we'll put another one on and then we'll check what the error is. So let's go down to this bottom right hand corner. And control point right there. You can see we've got a gap there again. Okay, so if you want to see what the error is between your georeferencing points, then click on a link table here. And that opens up another table in a different window. And you can see the total RMS error, which is the cumulative error between all of your control points. Then the residual here is the error of each individual control point. So the higher the number, the higher the error, and we want it to be as little as possible, preferably less than 1 for the cumulative error. So where you've got a high error, starting with the highest, you can delete control points, which will reduce the cumulative error and the error of each other control point. So let's delete number 2 as well, that's the next highest. That takes that error down to 0. So we can have a look how they line up. There you can see that looks pretty exactly matched. So that brings us to the end of the practical. Don't forget to have a go at the questions on the handout. Have a look at the quiz on Blackboard if you can, and have a go at some of the other practicals as well.